Oh, that's right. I did it. I meant to do it. I will not apologize. There are no repercussions for my actions. What we have to talk about today is Rian Johnson coming out once again talking about The Last Jedi. I know you're going to say that you've heard it all before. Actually, he has something different to say whenever it comes to this, and especially how he's not taking blame, never will take blame, and expected the blame. If you guys like anything that you see here on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. And let's go straight into what he is now coming out to say. Rian Johnson claiming The Last Jedi would have been worse if he hadn't ignored Star Wars fan pushback. How could it have been worse if he had just done what Star Wars fans wanted to do? This, you do realize The Last Jedi marked the decline, the ever avalanching decline of Star Wars as an IP as a whole. Look at that smug little egghead grin. Rian Johnson is once again revisiting his backlash to Star Wars The Last Jedi because all the new Knives Out films that are coming out, they have diminishing returns as well. Everything that he's putting out, everything that he has his name on is diminishing returns. This time, though, he's not pretending that it caught him off guard. Now, maybe he's just making this shit up. Maybe he's just saying this as a way to, like, distance himself from everything, but he openly claims that the massive fan backlash was not only expected, he wanted it. He did this shit on purpose, which is something that should maybe why he was blacklisted from his own trilogy, even though he was touting that up so much. He was so excited to do his own trilogy. Yeah, that's never going to happen after you saw the backlash from The Last Jedi, after you saw that Rise of Skywalker actually had diminishing returns, after you see everything that Dave Filoni has put out whenever it comes to Disney Plus, whether it comes to Ahsoka, when it came to Leslie Headlamp's The Acolyte, whenever it came to Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, even The Mandalorian after season 2, all of these things that nobody watches, nobody cares about anymore because it was all ruined. All continuity was ruined, not only when Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas himself, but especially when Rian Johnson did this knowingly, expectingly, and preferably. According to him, ignoring fans was the correct choice, even if it fractured the Star Wars audience and permanently damaged the sequel's trilogy reputation. Not only the sequel trilogy, but all Star Wars in general. And I know what they're going to say. Yes, I have read the article, but I know what they're going to say already. Well, The Empire Strikes Back was a little bit divisive at the time. However, it was divisive at the time because it was completely different from A New Hope. But when The Empire Strikes Back, it's kind of in the name that it's going to be a little bit more dark, a little bit more dour for our heroes at the time. And has actually become a lot of people's most favorite. And that's what he wants to do. That's what he says that he's anticipating is like, in time, they will come. In time, if you build it, they will come. Well, if you destroy it, no one's going to show up. It's just a ghost town, which is what Star Wars has become. By his own admission, backlash wasn't collateral damage. It was part of the creative calculation. I love that little word, as if this motherfucker knows how to do any kind of math at all. He definitely doesn't know how to do budgetary constraints, and he definitely doesn't know what being in the red versus being in the black is. Johnson claims playing it safe would have been the worst sin, as if he has any kind of heart, soul, or faith in him in any way whatsoever. According to him, restraint would have been more damaging than division. The worst sin, according to him, is to handle it with kid gloves. Even though George Lucas has said that it's basically a kid's film. By kid's film, he doesn't mean Bluey. What he meant was that an all-ages film for kids, adults, and teenagers, and even old people. The worst sin is to be afraid of doing anything that shakes it up. Why would you want to shake up a tried and true formula? Not even that Star Wars was a formula. The formula was the hero's journey. Rey was never a hero. She was halfway set up, halfway in The Force Awakens, and then you completely cut Luke Skywalker, the actual hero that went through the hero's journey, that went through the falls and the failures, and then rose above. Rey didn't have to rise above anything other than Finn's cock. Thankfully, she did that because no one was ready at the time, I guess, for an interracial relationship. The implication is clear, though. Honoring established characters, tone, and long-running mythology would have resulted in a weaker film in the director's mind. Well, there's not a lot in that director's mind. So anything weaker would have had just another little smooth portion of that crinkle in his brain. In Johnson's view, subversion itself is the virtue. What is virtuous about subverting what people are using their money to go to see? What is virtuous about that, regardless of whether it serves the story or the franchise? So basically, why did you put yourself into a franchise, a massive franchise? One could say one of the world's greatest franchises. Why would you not subvert, why would you insert yourself into a franchise like that and not be loyal to it? Not at least give it a fair shake? To defend his approach, they said they've always reacted negatively to change. I brought up the Empire Strikes Back stuff. However, critics have long pointed out a crucial difference, that those earlier debates didn't result in disengagement, collapsing box office, or Disney distancing itself from entire eras of storytelling, like his trilogy. Unlike The Empire Strikes Back, which strengthened the franchise, Last Jedi that is the crux. That is literally the point where everyone stopped giving a fuck. Thanks, Rian Johnson. I hope that little thing that you had, that you expected to have, that you preferred to have, I hope that you got what you were wishing for. Kathleen Kennedy did absolutely nothing to stop it in any way whatsoever. Jar Jar Abrams couldn't do anything to save it. Not that they had a clear road path in the first place, but just there, out of his own mouth, Rian Johnson said that he did this on purpose. He wanted to kill the franchise, had absolutely no respect for the fans, no respect for the box office, no respect for anything in the future. Just gimme, 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 while I do my own side projects with Knives Out on the side, with an extremely horrible accent by the now gay Daniel Craig. That's all I have for this one today. If you guys want to say anything, leave it down in the comment section below. This is Multi from Mouth to Multi. We love you. We appreciate you. And yeah, fuck this motherfucker.